In this video, we're going to talk about different things we learned on our Disney trip, give suggestions on how to navigate using Genie Plus, as well as the Fantasmic Dining package. Make sure to check out our other Disney videos. We have ones on toddlers, as well as an adults-only Disney ride challenge that we did. Lockers are super useful to store a change of clothes or snacks while you're in the park. And the first thing you'll do is go to this kiosk, and then it'll have you enter in a code to unlock your locker after you've already put in your card and everything. The trick is the numbers on the keypad are scrambled. It'll then ask you to confirm your code, but it scrambles the numbers again. And so just be aware of this, because I ended up having to buy 2 lockers because I couldn't remember my code by the time I walked 10 steps to my locker. But the large lockers are $10, and they're big enough to fit a backpack or a purse. Extending your phone's battery life at Disney is a must due to how often you're going to need to use it. One way to do this is to go into your settings and turn off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi so that your phone isn't constantly searching for things to connect to. And if your phone allows it, you can change your display settings to dark mode. I also highly recommend bringing a portable power pack so you can charge your phone on the go. We did Genie Plus both days we were in the park. It's $20 per person per day, and it operates similar to the old FastPass system. It allows you to book things called Lightning Lane reservations, which allow you to skip the majority of the standby line. But once you have booked your Lightning Lane and it's time for you to return, you scan in. So it'll give you a code that you just scan in at the ride. Once you're there, and as soon as you scan in, you can choose another Lightning Lane. So once you are in the line, start looking for when you can book your next Lightning Lane. That's the best way to just keep the ball rolling on those. The alternative is if you book a Lightning Lane, but the return time is several hours away, you can book another Lightning Lane 2 hours after you had made your last selection. I do think it's worth it if you only have 1 or 2 days in the park, because it does cut down a lot of time waiting in lines, but it also allows you to be able to have relaxing time versus you having to be in a line for an hour plus to ride certain rides. But you can either purchase it with your tickets during checkout on the Disney site, I believe, or right after you scanned into the park that day. We did it right after we scanned into the park. I suggest combining rope dropping with Genie Plus because it maximizes your time. You can check out our ride challenge video for the order we did our rides in, but how it works is you use the Disneyland app, and it'll show you current wait times along with when your return time would be if you chose to use Lightning Lane. If you are rope dropping and using Genie Plus, I recommend to start booking your Lightning Lanes around 9 a.m. and use that first hour to just ride as many rides as you can. I also recommend booking Space Mountain earlier in the day because by 10:50, the return time wasn't until 2:30. So if we would have booked it at 10:50, that means we would have had to wait 2 more hours in order to book any other Lightning Lanes. But here's what the return times look like at 10:50 a.m. You also get PhotoPass with Genie Plus, which is all the ride photos and photographer photos from around the park. If you're not mobile ordering, you're wasting a lot of time in the parks. So how mobile order works is you go into the Disneyland app, you can search for the quick service food that you want. It'll have a pickup time that you can choose, and it's basically like a Lightning Lane for your food. It tells you when it's going to be ready. You can let them know when you're on your way, and that way it's fresh and ready for you when you get there. Even though there aren't a ton of water rides in Disneyland and DCA, you still want to be prepared. And so what I would suggest is either one, taking your tennis shoes off and putting them in some sort of bag. You can get a plastic bag from one of the stores, or bring your own, or just wear shoes that are waterproof. We wore our Crocs. Disneyland has reserved Fantasmic Dining packages. What it does is it gives you a designated area to be able to watch the show, so you don't have to try and get a standby line. They have 3 different options. One is the Hungry Bear, which is what we did. It was only $35 per adult. The others are at Riverbell Terrace and Blue Bayou. Now, you book these just like you would any other dinner reservation on the Disneyland app. It'll show up as an option that you just select. Sometimes you can also get standby, so if you were interested in this and didn't have a reservation, you can go down to the restaurant and check to see if they have any availability. The food was not good. Not all of us took just a few bites and left pretty much the rest of it, but the $35 was definitely worth it for seating. This area, this is what it looked like at about 10:15. They start letting us line up at 10. We were in line at 10. We just didn't want to sit right up along the fence. We sat a little bit back and let some people go in front of us. But you can see also this is about 10:25, and there's still a ton of room left. So if you do have any other conflicting reservations, don't feel rushed. As long as you're there at 10:30, they'll let you in. But the show was definitely worth it. I would 100% do it again, even if I wasn't going to eat the food. That's it for my quick tips, but if you guys have any other tips you want to share, feel free to put them down in the comments, or if you have questions in general, just let me know. We usually go to Disney at least once a year, so I'd say we have a lot of knowledge. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already.